We are officially in the heart of summer, which means it's time for summer romance reads. And I figured what better way to find the perfect summer read than to read books with summer in the title. So that's what we're up to this week. Let's get started. I don't know about you guys, but I love summer. This is where I feel like I really come alive. I love the warm weather. I live in Southern California, so this is like the epitome of a summer place to be. There are a lot of tourists here, but for good reason. It's absolutely beautiful. So I figured let's read some books with summer in the title. And this actually perfectly coincides with our July book club pick for the Last Page podcast. If you don't know, I co-host a podcast all about books. I'll leave our links in the description. But this month we are reading Summer in the City by Alex Aster. This is actually an advanced reader copy, so it looks a little bit different than the normal ones do. The normal ones are actually way cuter. They do all have this like pink, white, red kind of aesthetic, but this is a summer read set in New York City. So after this, I'm definitely going to need something a little bit more beachy or nature vibes, but I love summer in New York. I went last June and it's one of my favorite places ever. So this is right up my alley. But before we jump into it, I'm gonna go get a smoothie and then we're gonna find a nice little place to park the car, drink it, and talk about this book. So let's go. Okay, I got my smoothie. This is so unrelated, but I've been listening to Justin Bieber's new album, as we all are, I fear. But it was so crazy because I got in my car and I started driving over to this park where I'm gonna sit and read, and I pressed play on the song Butterflies, and right as it started, I look over and a butterfly flew in front of my car, like this big, beautiful monarch butterfly. It flew in front of my car, landed right here on a bush. I literally still feel shaken up, like I could cry. I got full body chills. And the first part of the song that played was When the Money Comes and the Money Goes. And it was like this like crazy, I've just been stressed lately, and that blew my mind. So I have chills. I feel like I'm in a very spiritual mood right now. I don't even know if I'm like ready to read and absorb this book, but I'm just gonna sit here, enjoy my smoothie for a moment, and then read. But let's talk about this book. So Summer in the City is a New York-based romance book. It's by Alex Aster, who wrote Lightlark and that whole entire series, which I did read the first Lightlark book. I didn't love it. She has a really unique writing style, actually. I'm about 20 pages into this book so far. Also, funny enough, the bookmark that I grabbed is something that I got in New York with cats and the city skyline. How cute is that? But I'm actually really liking it so far. I think it's really cute. It's basically about this girl who kind of is like a really sort of introverted homebody. She like went out to this party with her friend and ends up making out with this guy who is like a tech billionaire, and he kind of thought that she was like an escort, and it was a really weird interaction, and so she hated him, and like he ended up blowing up and becoming super, billionaire famous or whatever. Now she's having to move back to New York, and from what it sounds like, I think that they're neighbors, and so obviously they're gonna have like an enemies to lovers run-in situation. A lot of people have said that they don't like the main character in this book. I don't mind her yet, but again, I'm only 20 pages in, so let's get started, see how we like it. But Summer in the City is the first summer book up on the menu. Very excited about this one. Taylor Swift reference. So it's now Friday. I decided to come down to the beach and do a little bit of reading because I live in Southern California and I have free will. So why not do that? I got one of my favorite sandwiches ever, Stacey Bon in Newport, and then I'm here at the beach. Okay, so I'm officially about halfway through Summer in the City. I'm really loving it so far. I can see why a lot of people complain about the female main character in this book because she's just very stubborn. And I think I get her because I am that way. I'm a Taurus, I'm very stubborn, but the male main character in this is just so dreamy, fabulous. This is like the perfect book if you're gonna visit New York City, because I feel like, I don't know, I actually kind of think that they could go to better locations. Something about the actual New York of it all isn't what's enticing me. I just like the vibes. The vibes are good. I kind of think this could be read anytime. It doesn't have to be summer. Like, it doesn't give summer to me fully. But side note, one of the funny things about this book is that they keep talking about these scones at a coffee shop that she likes to go to, and it's pissing me off only for the sole reason that I had the best scone of my entire life in San Luis Obispo in May. That's like a 5-hour drive from my house. I am not getting that scone again anytime soon, but it was like an Earl Grey strawberry scone. And anytime they talk about scones in this book, it makes me crave it and want it so much that it's making me mad because I need a little sweet treat. Okay, I'm heading back to the car. I think I kind of picked the wrong book to be reading at the beach because while this is definitely vibey, it's like city vibey, coffee shop vibey. I need to be out sitting somewhere with people and not laying in the sun on the beach. So maybe let's go home and finish it, and then we need to decide which summer read is gonna be next. Okay, update. I just went and read for a little while. I had a fabulous time enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the breeze, getting a boba. There was a weird man who literally like sat right next to me, and I kept my eyes on him and he was being weird. And then he got up and walked around to a different area and then sat, and I was like, dude, leave. So that kind of like ruined my mood a little bit. But I really like this book. I'm now almost, let's see, I think I've got like 70 pages left, which actually I don't love to hear because I left the house needing to read 100 pages still. That means I only read 30 pages when I was out. But I was on my phone a lot, which is typical. This book is so cute. There's a couple of plot holes in there, which I can overlook. I think the writing is actually really funny, really witty, really good. The male main character is just, I feel like Alex wrote this very well in a way that like, I'm frustrated with the main character, but I get it. I feel her and I feel connected to her in certain ways, and it's just so good, and it's complex, and there's a couple plot twists in there. It's not quite a 5-star read for me, but it's feeling like a 4. So I'm gonna go run a couple errands. I am next to a Barnes & Noble though, which we might need to go in because here's the thing. I have this book, I have a second book that I know for sure we're gonna read in this video, but the third one, I don't know what to pick up. I feel like there's a lot of books with summer in the title that I have read already, but that's the rule for the video. We have to be reading books with summer in the title. So maybe we just go in there, take a little peek, and then we can go home, do some research. Maybe I'll post a TikTok about it asking for everyone's opinion. But like, if we're nearby, I have to go in, right? Obviously.
From afar, I could swear I thought you fell from the stars. Think about you day and night, girl, even when you're not around. I don't want it if it's not with you.
Okay, book update check-in. I just finished Summer in the City. It was so good. I have some thoughts and feelings on the end. As you're watching this, I believe if I'm uploading on schedule, we will have our book club episode up for this, where we're gonna deep dive into all of our thoughts about this book. Overall, I really loved it. It's definitely the perfect book to read if you're going to New York anytime. I think for this being her debut contemporary novel, she did a really good job. There were kind of a lot of like plot holes at certain points, and a lot of people didn't love the female main character. I feel like I understood her. I didn't agree with a lot of her choices. Like, if you're trying to date this like beautiful, perfect billionaire, you better let him date you. But I feel like the choices that she made sense with her character, her backstory. There were a lot of twists in this that I wasn't expecting. Overall, really, really solid romance book, and I am gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars, so absolutely loved it. Okay, next up on our summer reading quest is Every Summer After by Carley Fortune. I have been trying to read a Carley Fortune book for ages. This is the first one in, apparently all of her books are like kind of interconnected standalones, or some of them are fully standalones, but this one and the most recent one are interconnected. It's a little confusing. All I know about this is that it's set at a lake, and the back says 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart, a weekend to get it right. So I'm gonna start reading this tonight. Probably just get a couple of chapters in, but I will update you guys when I have a little bit better understanding of the book, and we'll see how it compares to Summer in the City because we're off to a very good start. Okay guys, we have to talk about Every Summer After. I'm about 100 pages into this book, maybe a little bit more. 1:30, and I'm finally aware enough of the plot to tell you guys about it. It's so cute. So basically, this is a past and present love story. It reminds me a ton of Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. It's like a coming of age romance about a girl and her next door neighbor like when they're teenagers, falling in love, obviously something happens and then they reconnect as adults. Her and her family, when she's 13, buy a lake house up in the mountains at Barry's Bay, I think it's called. It's somewhere in Canada. It sounds dreamy and it sounds beautiful, and I love a lake trip. Sorry in advance if my camera keeps slipping. And the first summer that she's up there, she notices that there's 2 teenage boys living in the house next door. They live there year round, so they're always there. And one of them is a little bit older and one of them is exactly her age, and they all hit it off and she starts hanging out with them and stuff. And then her family continues to go back every single year. This is really weird. This book kind of gives me bad vibes only for the reason that she has this like toxic-ish friend that she keeps talking about, and it's literally triggering me and giving me PTSD to like an old friend that I had when I was younger, and totally the same vibe as this girl. And so reading it is like genuinely making me physically uncomfortable, which is so weird because books never really trigger me like that. But this one is giving me like a chill down my spine to read. It's like triggering me and putting me back into that place so bad. I think normally nobody else would have that issue. That's just a me thing. But yeah, if you've read Love in Other Words, this is a very, very similar vibe where it's like the two of them are hanging out and they're watching movies and they're reading books and they're like, you know, getting crushes on each other and kind of going through puberty and noticing, ooh, maybe I like him. And then like the next year she goes back and she's like, oh, he has muscles and leg hair now. How weird. And then in the present day, they haven't seen each other for years. She goes back up there for a funeral. They reconnect. And yeah, the tension's good. It's juicy so far. Unfortunately, I think I know what the... Uh-oh. I'm parked somewhere. I'm not supposed to be parked, and I think the security guard just showed up. I might need to move. Unfortunately, I did get the big plot twist of this spoiled. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people talk about certain tropes in this book that like fully give it away. So like I know what's gonna happen, which is unfortunate, but I'm still really enjoying it. I'm up in LA right now. I'm just killing some time until an event, so hopefully I'll get a good chunk of reading done. I really need to finish this weekend and then hopefully finish my next book or get a good chunk of that done also this weekend. Also, by the way, you might have seen this similar scene in my previous YouTube video, but I finally got Community Goods. If you know anything about LA coffee culture and matcha culture, this is like everybody's favorite overhyped, crazy matcha place. It's excellent, very delicious. Definitely wouldn't wait an hour in line for it though, which some people do. People will wait like 2 hours in line for that matcha, which is crazy. But it was really good. So anyway, happy reading. Okay, I just finished dinner and I am tucked in bed for the night to finish Every Summer After. I'm about 100 pages left and I'm officially hooked. I feel like overall this book has been exciting. I think any book that has a past and present alternating timeline will keep you hooked because it's like there's always a cliffhanger in every chapter. And I think I'm like just about to get to the big conflict at the end, which I thought I knew what was going to happen, but now I don't know if I know what's going to happen. Overall, loving this book so far. Let's see what happens at the end. And we'll see if I was right. Also, Panic Attack Queen, we love the mental health representation. As an anxious girly, I appreciate that. Good morning, friends. I'm gonna put my hair up. She's looking a bit crazy today. Okay, so I'm here to give you my final thoughts on Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Overall, I really, really loved this book. I think that so far between this and Summer in the City, I preferred this one. One thing that was interesting about it is I love Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. That's like one of my favorite romance books. And this one felt so similar to that in that it was a girl whose family buys like a summer cabin. And then when she's there, she meets the cute teenage boy next door. And it's like a past and present of their love and stuff. It was very, very similar. So it almost felt like a redo of that one. And I preferred that one over this one. Overall though, the ending of this was very shocking. As you saw in my previous video, I did kind of have like some spoilers of what was going to happen, but it ended up being just more intense when I was reading it. And I really would recommend this to anyone. I think that most people would really like this book. I love her writing. I think it's very descriptive. The banter is funny. It was not cringy. It's like somewhat cheesy and predictable, but that's like every rom-com romance book nowadays. And I'm definitely going to continue reading more of her books. This was really cute. I really loved it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Not quite a 5, definitely good though. Next up on our summer reading journey is Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I am nervous about this one. So far from Ali Hazelwood, I've read Love Hypothesis and Bride. Love Hypothesis I enjoyed. It was a little bit like cringy. The main character wasn't exactly for me. I feel like Ali Hazelwood writes a lot of like really quirky female main characters because she's an author obviously, but she's also like a scientist of some sort. She's really smart. So you can tell that all of her characters are really smart. A lot of her books are about like science and stuff. So that's like not my preferred type of female main character. I love like a strong, confident, sassy female main character, and hers are normally a little bit more reserved, a little bit more shy, a little bit more awkward. Bride by her, I really did not like, unfortunately. It was like her take on a vampire werewolf fantasy book, and it felt so incomplete. It was like not a fantasy world with romance. It was like a romance with fantasy elements. Felt super incomplete, really all over the place, very cringy and weird. So that one I didn't love. This one is set in Italy. It sounds really beautiful. It's an age gap romance, which I don't think I've ever read an age gap romance. So let's dive into it. I'm excited to see how this will go. Olivia, what are you doing here?
Okay, I've been doing a ton of the audiobook today, and I just got to like one of the big spicy scenes. I cannot tell you, first of all, it's always awkward listening to those when you're driving because I'm like, who can hear me? I was sitting here like this. I thought I was going to give this book a 2. I really fear it might be a 1. Guys, I don't know that I've ever given out a 1 before, aside from The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This book is really just, you think it can't get bad and it gets worse. It does. I think the main guy is so insufferable. It's like the whole trope is like she's literally begging him and like forcing and seducing him to like give her 2 ounces of his attention, his love, whatever. And even if it's like, oh, deep down, he loves me, whatever. It's like, girl, you've been begging this man for years to pay 2 ounces of attention to. Like, there's no point. So I'm gonna finish the book. I'll check in with you when I get home. It's not looking good though. A 1 might be dramatic, but pretty bad. So what a way to end this video. It's very interesting. This is not how I thought this was gonna go.
Okay guys, I fear it's time we have a discussion about Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I don't think I need to give this a 1. I was being a little bit dramatic. Definitely a 2 though. Definitely like a 1.52. I think that this is going to be my last Ali Hazelwood book. I really do see why people like her. I think that there's a fun amount of banter and humor in here that makes the book enjoyable to read, but for me, it just feels so cringy. It's like peak millennial cringe humor, which I am a millennial cusper, so I feel that I can say that. I just really did not like the characters. I thought the male main character was insufferable. I didn't find that he had any redeeming qualities. The spicy interactions were weird. The actual plot of the book was weird. Even the female main character wasn't really that likable. Overall, I just definitely would say skip this one. It did give summery vibes because they were set in Italy and it's a beautiful backdrop to have a story like that with a wedding and everything especially. And a friend of mine said that she really liked it, so maybe don't take it from me. Give it a shot if you're okay with everything that I discussed. It's just, Ali is not for me. So that's fine. But yeah, that's our 3rd and final read. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know we're kind of getting into the tail end of summer, so hopefully these are going to give you some good inspiration for like the final summer reads on your TBR. Let me know what other bookish videos you want to see from me. If you want to follow me on my TikTok, my book talk, my book podcast, my Instagram, I've got social media everywhere. And let me know what your favorite summer read has been. I'm trying to read a ton in August, more than I did in July, and I need some inspo. So let me know. Bye guys.